Voice of the People FM. You're welcome. So it's thank God it's Friday. I don't know why I'm excited that it's Friday.
Why?
I'm just happy.
You always look forward to the weekend.
Yes. I'm like a banker now. So
you're looking forward to chilling.
To chilling.
At least taking enough sleep, having enough sleep.
Yes.
For a day.
And at least not hearing Precious APC woman leader for 2 days. I would not hear that for 2 days. I think that would help me. It would help my sanity. Lagos, you're welcome to the evening show. The evening rush show, right? So this is where Nigeria's finest conversation takes place every single evening. Here we'll dissect topical conversations that has got to do with you and I, right? Generally, it could be anything. And hey, we also have a step down segment where we calm down and talk about other issues apart from government politics and all of that. So my name is Precious Inyi.
And I'm Promise Lagos. Welcome to the show today.
Amazing. So we're here to do justice to yet another round of conversation. We've been waiting on our guests to land here before we get
Lagos
straight
is happening to us.
But Lagos is happening to our guests. So whilst Lagos is happening, let's just get straight to it and then begin to let you in on the hot topics that we have for this evening. So we begin with the drama that is going on between father and son. Father and son relationship is not going so well anymore in my village.
Your state.
In my village, it's not going very well anymore in my state. So yes, apparently Minister of the FCT Minister Ijeoma Wike and his son, his son, successor Fubara have been in the news, and we'll be looking at that as Wike has, laid a couple of accusations on him.
He made a media briefings today. He made a media, press.
He had a media briefing.
He had a media press statement, there were many channels, television channels and radio channels.
And he knows how to bring the media together. He'll bring channels, that, put them together, one of them in 4 roundtable or 5 roundtable, and he'll be in the middle. And he did that as a governor.
So you're saying he's dramatic?
No. I didn't say that about our ex-governor.
Okay.
No. Okay. So Lagos, we look at a drama that is going on between Fubara and his predecessor. River State Governor deploys. That is it. Because Wike has made a couple of accusations saying that Governor Fubara sent people to burn House of Assembly chamber to stop his impeachment. How did you know he was going to impeach? He was going to be impeached anyway. I don't know that.
And that he has also scattered the political structure they've built under 3 months, just 3 months.
He scattered the political structure. But I thought him too was saying that nobody can destroy my political structure. Even you will not allow anybody to destroy it.
We don't know what's going on.
Yeah. All right. So that's in the news. And also in the news this evening, there's this breaking stuff, more like expose of how Gando J's government employed JSS students into civil service. Kano SSG saying that. The former Governor Ganduje, who is now the chairman of the National Working Committee of APC, did employ more like adolescents, because that's what they are. JSS is junior students, right? As civil servants who will be receiving their salary like a ghost worker something.
We don't know.
Okay.
We'll dig into that and find out.
We will dig and we'll let you know what we've been able to, dig out of it.
And this story says Tinubu inherited dead economy from Buhari regime that kept printing money brazenly. Soludo says.
Soludo. I thought he was at some point part of, President Muhammadu Buhari's Economic Council, kind of thing. All right, so we'll go back to that conversation later on. So Northern Elders Forum wants Nigerian judges, others, they're saying, we are closely monitoring your conduct. Consider the consequences of your conduct.
And
we are closely monitoring you.
And Rivers government redeploys assembly clerk deputy as Fubara Mike feud deepens. Remember they had 2 sittings in one assembly complex on Tuesday. That was on Tuesday. And
right? They were warned not to do that again. They were given a cut
one of the faction was given a court order.
All right, Lagos, these are the hot topics that we have this evening whilst we are waiting our guests joining in the conversation. Let's let you know that of course we can have this conversation together. Let's take a quick break. I will be right back to begin dissecting these stories one at a time. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
may be like a long gist, right? But we all have already. I mean, everyone is aware of what's going on with FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and Governor Sim Fubara.
Political son.
Exactly, right. So a lot has been going on. So we thought to give you update because there's of course an update. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress (APC), Abdullahi Ganduje, who was the former governor was the governor of Kano State, has disclosed plans to take over Rivers State in 2027. Now, Ganduje said the APC National Working Committee (NWC) is repositioning the Rivers State chapter of the party to win the 2027 governorship election. So APC this time around is going to win the election. He spoke during inauguration of the Rivers State Caretaker Committee at the APC National Secretariat in Abuja on Friday. Now, Ganduje said, "We have decided to reform the party. This won't be possible without the leadership of the state. We want you to make history for our party so that during the next election, we will have Rivers State for APC. You contributed in electing the government of today, that is president. You contributed in electing the president. You played a role there, right? I can beat my chest. We are proud of you. Rivers State is currently under the leadership of Governor Sim Fubara of the People's Democratic Party." That's just one of the many dramas playing out. But let's just go to where the story is properly juicier. Yes. Okay. So now this is Minister of FCT Nyesom Wike commenting, not lamenting, commenting about what's going on between him and Sim Fubara. So the Minister of the FCT, the Federal Capital Territory FCT, Nyesom Wike, has accused Governor Simi Fubara of Rivers State of disobeying President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima. Disobedient child. Wike said Fubara disobeyed the directive from Tinubu and Shettima to resolve the political crisis in Rivers State. In a media chat, the minister accused Fubara of destroying the political structure that made him governor. Now, Wike said, "We never knew that it would take you 3 months to scatter the political structure that picked you up. What is painful is seeing these propaganda and lies that I was angry. Did Fubara buy from? Be grateful in your life in all circumstances." Now, further speaking, he says, "I will not allow anybody to crumble our political structure. I told him, if you do this ring road, your second tenure would be assured." That's what I told him. If you just do this ring road, your second tenure would be assured. I took him to Germany to meet Julius Berger, and they promised to do the ring road. They promised to do the road in 3 years, which is the year leading to his election or re-election. I told him, if you do this road, nobody will challenge you in Rivers State. Anything that will make me disrespect Mr. President, count me out of it as a good man that I am. He disobeyed the president, disobeyed the vice president. When the law speaks, thuggery, militancy, and ethnicity will run away. That's what he said. That's more like a warning that when the law speaks, thuggery, militancy, and ethnicity will run away. And then he says further, there's a lot. So sometimes it's actually better that you take your time to hear from the horse's mouth himself. Now take a listen to the FCT minister saying this.
If you ask me truly, within what was available at that time, those who should themselves that time, if I support any of them, the next day I would have been in trouble. They would have switched counter too.
So you passed for 3 months then?
So your best option? Well, at that time, that's what you should have. But we never knew. It would be in 3 months to scatter a political structure that built you up, to now begin to carry propaganda. Oh, this, oh, that. Now let me tell you, you know what is painful? You know what's painful when you see these allegations lie that I was angry. Who sat with me that when he was picked? I was the governor. Did he buy from? Somebody, what I want to tell you, be grateful in life. In all circumstances.
Not that I'm not.
Be grateful in your life, in all circumstances.
Sir,
I know that people bring politics when you are showing no.
Your Excellency.
You see, any politician I see, or any so-called elder, and I see around such person, I see you as an English. Nobody who is a gentleman, who is a politician that knows what politics is all about, will support that kind of thing. But we kept quiet. I told everybody, keep quiet. No? Okay, let me tell you. How? You have 31 members in the assembly. 31. 27 against you. 27 against you.
But some people will say what goes around comes around. That this is exactly what he did to Rotimi Amechi.
I was not with Amechi. Amechi didn't bring me to be governor. With due respect. With due respect.
He made you his chief of staff. He made you minister.
No, it's not true. I was the one that led the work for Amechi to be governor. With due respect. In 2007, yes. Are you not aware? Yes. Even making me a minister, he went back to National Assembly to disqualify me through SSS, yes. Yeah, are you not aware? Did he bring me to be governor 2015? He fought me. Even as a minister.
He made you his chief of staff.
Oh my God, what do you mean by that?
And then appointed you as a minister representing the state.
No, you don't. Because the time you don't have the time, so I don't want to tell. But the point I'm making is that, look, I'm comfortable. My brother did not give me minister. He gave me minister of FCT. What am I looking for? But that does not mean I will allow anybody to crumble our political structure. It will not happen. Because nobody's talking about your governance. Go ahead. Let me tell you, I challenge anybody. All the roads, all projects you are seeing there, I laid it for me. I said, listen, for a second tenure, look, the ring road, I passed it as governor in a executive council meeting. I said, you must do this road as you are coming. I took him to West Biden in Germany with the commissioner of works, director of procurement, to go and negotiate with Jonas Berger. I said, look, if you do this ring road, your second tenure, you are short. If I meant bad, I told him, go and borrow money from Jonas Berger, from Zenith Bank. Then Jonas Berger, let them be deducting from you every month. Jonas Berger said you will do it in 3 years, which means that is a year leading to your election. Nobody will challenge you in River State. If I had no good intention, I will not do it.
I remember asking you the same question too. But did you sanction this impeachment?
Who's impeaching? No, let me do. If you cannot, when you are sorry, you see, you have to be careful. But why would look? If they're impeaching you, did you call me? Assuming I'm the one who plotted it, for example, did you call me? Sir, they want to impeach me. Is that why you send people to go and burn the Hollow Chamber? Is impeachment done one day? Impeachment process, is it a one-day affair? Then you raise ethnic politics. We have never had it like this before. For an ethnic group to come and say this.
We've seen you together after that time. We thought you've made up.
Will anybody stop me from going to functions?
So that was a photo ops.
I'm not interested. What
he has apologized.
Listen, no, it's not true. Mr. President, you see, anything that will make me not to respect Mr. President can definitely, it's not there. All you see, you are saying dance now, and it's because Mr. President said, Minister of the Village, you do this, you go and do this. You disobey President, Vice President, disobey Vice President. Look, politics is not. When the law speaks, Togri will run away. When the law speaks, militants will run away. When the law speaks, ethnicity will run. The law has not spoken.
Have you foreclosed?
Since sincere apologies. That was quite a lengthy conversation. This is the much we can take because it was, quite an extensive conversation he had with the press. You have an update to that conversation.
Yes, right? and we told you that the feud between River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his predecessor Nyesom Wike is far from being over, as the state government has redeployed the clerk of the River State House of Assembly and his deputy, the clerk Emeka Amadi, and the deputy Callistus Ojirikad. Redeployment is contained in a circular dated 20th November and signed by Ian G. Brown, Director of Service Welfare, on behalf of the River State government. And Mr. Amadi had been posted to the State Scholarship Board, while Ojirika was posted to the Readers Project. Also affected was the postings which took immediate effect. Also is that of George Will Otto, an Assistant Director, Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development.
There's the permanent secretaries are being shuffled, and
the clerk's redeployment took place the same day, Tuesday, that the rival factions of the Rivers Assembly held parallel sittings at different locations. A development that prompted the police,
So which clerk now would not order meeting? Now, which clerk now would not preside over meetings now? I don't understand.
They'll make a redeployment now. So, deploy a new clerk to the assembly. It's simple.
All right. So joining us in the conversation is Mr. Moses, Dr. Moses Adebayo. He's a political analyst. One of the finest I've seen, I dare say. He's joining us in the studio to give us his perspective to this conversation. To what is happening in my village. I know that you guys will say that. Mr. Moses, Mr. Adebayo, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Well, your reputation precedes you. I've heard so many good things about you, and getting to hear and see you live, and even promise here, it's something of a delight for me. But I doubt the fact that you're from River State.
Why?
Because
I'm too good.
Not that.
I'm too good.
River State. Who told you that?
I'm too good.
Simile, your governor.
Similarly,
your governor.
So, are you aware that River State has a lot of ethnic nationalities? No, it's not. That is in your mind. So River State has lots of languages. Lots. Yes, there are different ethnic nationalities in River State. Where I come from is actually the minority in River State.
The modern day Tower of Babel. I don't know, because
I think you're a doctor. So I think you should do your digging about the ethnic groups in River State.
Even in a single local government.
In a single local government, you have more than one ethnic group in River State. You can make your digging.
You have a certain Nyesom Wike.
That's our former governor.
If you take anything from Wike, I'm forced to say you are trying that one chance. Wike is young, pepper scatter. He is dramatic at once, cacophonic, noisy. He gets the job done, but then
does he get the job done?
At least he gave you guys two flyovers. So who did that for him? And who possibly did that after him?
So it is now a blessing for a governor to give you a road that is your constitutional right.
All right,
that is now a blessing.
He played his role as governor.
Did he play it in totality? What's the state of healthcare in River State? What's the state of
continuum
primary and tertiary institutions in River State? What is the state of the economy of River State? What is the state of unemployment or employment rate in River State? What is the state of? Do you want me to keep mentioning? Are you aware of the statistics?
I don't think I'm in a dock. So my
no, but you were trying to make a case of weakness. I wanted you to know.
No.
Okay, so let's go on.
Let me apologize profusely for the 11 minutes. I got here 7-11. Lagos happened indeed. The roads, there is madness, road rage everywhere.
I thought we were able to curb that with the fuel subsidy removal.
Well, it's a Friday, and you can imagine that people will travel from wherever to wherever.
Okay,
that's it. So sorry for that. I know you have a large audience. I know that. I took time to. I'm coming to sit before Precious and Promise, and let me get to know what the size, the enormity of the program, and I'm impressed.
Okay,
thank you.
So after all these accolades, thank you. I appreciate you. So help me go back to what's happening in River State. So you've heard the interview from Barrister Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, and you've seen the action, more like a reaction of, first of all, there was a lot of accusation that his successor, Sim Fubara, burnt the assembly house deliberately because they wanted to impeach him. And I wonder how he knew that he wanted to be impeached, or was going to be impeached. That he destroyed the structure that they had built in just 3 months. He destroyed the structure. That he disobeyed both the vice president and the president. All of these accusations, and that when the law speaks, Is that a threat? Do you think that's a threat?
Now, the law here has a caveat. Who is the law?
That's it. That's it. He said, the law has not spoken. Remember, he said, should I play back that
I
part?
heard you.
Yes. He said, the law has not spoken.
Smile, almost in a very, very churlish manner. The law.
And he said, when the law speaks, everything, So, is this more like we know how friendly Barrister Nyesom Wike has been with, the law? His antecedents with the law generally.
I think he's the law in River State himself. He's the law himself.
But generally, even to the appeal court and to the Supreme Court, we know how gracious the law has been to him, if I have to say that. So do you think it's a subtle brag?
Reminding that...
A subtle brag? Or more like speaking from a position of authority because he knows what, the powers that he wields?
The wranglings that is ongoing is, of course, not new. It's typical of an average godfather, godson in the Nigerian political terrain, and it's unfortunate really.
But is that even enough to hold a press statement?
Wike is a drama king. I don't want to call him drama queen now. Wike will make a mountain out of the smallest moles of hills. So Wike will make anything news. But unfortunately, he may just end up like some of the godfathers that became overbearing. Truth is, it's just barely 6 months. Let this man just be.
So you think it's too early?
In fact, that's even understating it. That's putting it mildly. It is just irrationally
too early on whose part? For Sim Fubara to revolt or for him to be on Sim Fubara?
I think I will put the blame more on Wike's doorstep. If at all is seeing some handwriting on the wall, you can give it at least 1 year, benefit of the doubt. But because if he thinks he's almighty, is untouchable, he may just go down the very, so way of history. The like of a certain Ojus Okado who put his own nephew there, Theodoji. Theodoji showed him that
toppled him.
As in, it displays him forever. You can go on the Obaseki.
Sim is also said to be Wike's first cousin anyway.
Oh, fine. In fact, the closer you are, then the more dangerous it may be.
So can we actually analyze Wike's side of the story or his pains? Because he's saying that nobody even but Sim Fubara did not buy a form. Not only that, Fubara did not buy a form, but he didn't even make any move in the contesting while contesting for the election. That he just sat down there and the position was given to him on a platter.
Is it news that?
And that he's being ungrateful. Don't you think that Wike is actually correct?
Wike told the world and he bragged about it that he bought from for virtually everyone.
Not virtually everyone.
Oh yes, I don't want to. I'm not.
Every PDP contestant. Yes,
anyway,
it did.
It's a state, so you should know better. But
he said so.
He said that.
Yes.
And you're only reporting what he said.
Absolutely.
But for Wike, I think he shouldn't underestimate the power of a governor. Now, he may have a sway, but it won't be a win-win situation for him. This man holds at least a measure of power. He's in government. He has a level of leverage. He can pull some things, and Wike himself will be embarrassed. So I think Wike is underestimating what Fubara can do. You might have put him as
remember that Sim is not more like a rookie.
Wike already has more than 2/3 of the assembly members on his
25
side.
against 31. 31/2.
He still pulls the string from Abuja, not in River State. So there are certain things that can be done. I'll take the case of the almighty Lamidi Adedibu in Oyo State. He controlled virtually everything there too. But at a point, some of the governors he planted, they let him know, especially Akala, Alawa Akala, let him know that, Baba, you did this with like Rashida Doja, but with me, Akala put him in it. And it was even rumored that how it ended was not without Akala's knowledge. Anything goes on in the political world. So Wike should tread softly. This man is the governor now. You might have put him there, you hold all the aces, but then he still has a measure of power. So if Wike thinks, let me go divine, let me go scriptural now, he that thinketh he stands, let him take heed lest he falls. He is not that almighty that he can be pulled down. He should be careful. Yes, Fubara may be at his mercy, no doubt, and he even appears so weak, lame dog. I've seen him on occasion. I say, Wike will just preach this one anyway. And some people say he's the SIM card. Wike is the what do you call now?
The phone itself.
So he can remove the SIM card anyhow. But he should know something happened in Lagos then too. A Fashola. When I heard Fashola for the first time in my life, I said, Fashola who? Because in pecking order then we knew Fashola was nowhere on the radar. But Fashola, by whatever means, supplanted those before him. There was the Majabia Melas, there was the Afikuyomis. There are many people before Fashola we thought were going to succeed Tinubu. But Fashola, by dint of a brilliant performance in the first time especially, made it impossible for him to leave. so that it was rumored that they wanted him out. The Godfathers are put him there, but it became impossible for them to remove him because his performance put for him. Fubara is away. Let him just start. Let him please reverence. Let him please do. Let him govern. Let him give them good governance.
Some people are also wondering why Wike is reacting the way he's reacting, based on the fact that he almost did the same thing to Chibike Rotimi Amaechi.
He denied this in this interview.
Who put him as a chief of staff and also appointed him as a minister.
Wike can't deny anything. But Wike's case, Wike is a bond of paradox. What Wike will not tolerate for a second, yet he wants that done for. When Wike became governor in a very acrimonious manner, you remember that he ensured that Rotimi became a footnote in Rivers State. He never allowed it. I guess one of the reasons he is reacting so vehemently is, I think he senses that Fubara is maybe forming a kind of alliance with Rotimi Amaechi. I've heard that. And Wike will have none of that. If the current governor, Sim now, let me just decide I won't destroy the name. If Governor Sim maybe parleys with the first governor now, Peter Odili, Wike will not frown. But with Rotimi Amaechi, they are sworn. In fact, the lines have been drawn forever. So anything from that camp to Wike's camp, Wike sees as
so let's look at the grievances here now. A lot of people, there's been a lot of accusation. One, that not only did he constitute Sim's cabinet for him, he only allowed him to pick just one commissioner.
True.
Amongst the number of commissioners, and even to his personal assistants, to his chief of staff, to including media aides, were appointed by Wike. That again, at some point we did hear rumors now that Sim was not allowed to sign any fund that is beyond 5 million naira as a governor without permission from Wike. That again, Sim is supposed to sign I think XYZ amount 2 billion naira monthly to him from the allocation account.
2 billion.
Is it 2 billion?
I hope
monthly. I think 20%. He said 20%. 20%, right?
I hope the two gorgeous ladies before me will allow me to say this. At a point, he's not just a governor right now, he's also the head of a particular home, the husband of a particular woman. I can imagine the two of you now. I mean, you have your husband or whoever as governor now, and it comes on every day in that manner. I know women. What is it, God? What is it? Are you not a man? So you don't rule that out. You don't rule that out.
You're saying the wife is kind of.
I'm not saying the wife now, but at a point, this degradation, because I see it is just simple.
We've even had rumors of Wike throwing one or two. I don't want to mention it.
Whatever is mentioned,
even during the campaign.
Wike is boisterous. Wike is feisty. Wike is get there and scatter everything. That is
so you think that Sim was well within his right to have revolted at some point?
I would have done possibly worse. I can't look. If one of the problems I will encounter then was that Awu left office for Akintola, but Awu was still pulling the string, especially the wife, HID Awolowo. And at the point, Mr. Akintola told the husband that, are you not a man? Yes, I read that in history. I mean, if you are the premier, please act like one. That was the beginning of the feud between Awu and his then loyalists. Nobody thought Akintola was ever going to look Awu in the face. Because at the point, the wife told Akintola, are you not a man? Because she got furious when she got to know that it was actually HID Awolowo, Mr. Awolowo, that was pulling the string. So, and from there, Awolowo became a sworn enemy to Awolowo. And they ended on a very sad note. So also, you don't know the fact that he gets home every night, His Excellency, and you don't women now. Who caused the wahala between Saul and David? Nigeria David killed.
So you're
before you keep throwing jab on us, how do you think this will end? How do you think this will end between Wike?
I will say this to Wike. Right now, he has many things going for him. He helped install the president via the rivers, power, and whatever. But you should just know that this man has a measure of power. No matter how small it might be, it may go from that small power to being a David that will topple the Goliath, and it will end up. Wike is as in a fall away. Many people, Wike is not somebody in the middle. Wike is an extremely divisive personality. He's on both spectrum. You either hate him intensely or love him passionately.
But we're also considering the fact that Sim is in the process of tribunal in appeal court, and he may head to the Supreme Court. What if he's thrown out from one of the courts?
He's been a governor. You have, as I've said, that measure of power. He can as well still pull some string. Don't forget that if Sim has the like of Odili, because I've heard from grapevine that if there's still one personality in Rivers that Wike still listens to, he may not admit it, because we know how, in a way, I mean, it's not news, how Justice Mary Odili saved
former
Wike
Supreme Court judge
on so many occasions. So there is no way Wike will now tell that the orderlies are nothing before him. So he should know that if Fubara wins the orderlies to his side, then he has bigger battles to fight. So Wike should just tread with care. Otherwise, he may be embarrassed. He may think he's beyond that, but he may be embarrassed.
Do you think he's losing it already?
I think he's not being moderate. He's just, I mean, you won't be reckless all your life. You were a governor, you had executive powers. Now you're a minister. And if he doesn't play so very well, anyway, the president told them and he retreated that if you don't perform, and I can't see him perform very well if he still has to meddle in rivers politics. So he's got to choose his fight. You don't fight all the time. There are times you just you lie low, let something just happen.
But this is his political structure we're talking about. If he doesn't hold his political structure from the grassroots, how would he be relevant where he is?
I've always posited that if you want to be relevant forever, your works, your legacy should speak for you. So tomorrow we still mention in some states what Samba did in Imo State, what Latija did here, and Bruce Ali. And
so your work would talk for you or speak for you.
Why is he scared of the shadow? If you've done something worth the while, your name is indelible, etched in their minds forever. So your work, your performance in office should always be. When David Umahi vibe what he tried, when he even raised that he wants to be governor. I know how Martin Lechi, his own governor, he was deputy. Vehemently, he resisted. He did everything to bring Umahi down. But Umahi eventually emerged. Today, Umahi's name will forever linger among Ebonyi.
Speaking about Umahi, are you not seeing another some sort of reverse politics playing with Umahi and his successor? Because it's looking like that one was also, came into government with the same pattern.
Umahi has enough on his hands that he can't really have much time for Ebonyi politics. Otherwise, he will fail in grand
if he follows the path of Wike.
He will, and it's not Wike. Umahi is the minister of works. Right now, he knows the enormity of the task ahead of him. So if he dabbles into Ebonyi politics, he is ready to fail. And you remember the embarrassment he had just a few months ago when he went to office. The people told him, "Okay, you're a minister now."
They shut him out. They locked him out.
Yes. And in fact, the man, the ROA, the one that spearheaded the protest, told him point blank that even if you want to call him, you go through your palm set. I imagine a governor might be as in talk like that. Never that will happen. But as a minister, he has. You know what ministry? I guess we've worked in the ministry before. You know what ministry.
All right, let's go straight to another conversation. So somewhere in Kano State, we hear that a few things are brewing. Of course,
I had you on my way. I was excited. Wow, I'm really. I had you on your way.
Okay, so we hear that our former governor Ganduje has been employing. He did some massive employments just before the end of his administration, and one of which was noticed that about 3,000 people or persons who were unqualified were giving appointment. Now, there were also people who were overqualified. They were employed as junior cadres or into junior cadres, and there were people who were underqualified. They were also giving appointment. And the SSG rather of the state has come out to say that that there's already an ongoing battle in Kano State, and one of which is the governor, a former governor who is now the APC National Working Committee chairman, employing a couple of junior, not senior, JSS students as staff, as civil servants. And that Kano State is one state that we've often heard cases of underage voters. And now we're not hearing employment of underaged into state civil service. And that is totally unacceptable, of course, according to ministry work, according to what he said. So it's totally unacceptable. With what is going on now with the more like appeal court judgments going on, and the protest and counter protest, and you remember that the two factions in the two parties are saying that they were going to be holding protests tomorrow, even though the police had warned them that no protest will be tolerated. I'm not surprised. First of all, are you surprised about the protest and counter protest, or plan to counter protest?
I don't undermine anything that comes from Kano. Whatever starts in Kano will never end there. Kano has a very horrific precedent of riots or just ordinary protests snowballing to deadly riots. 53, 83, 86, and I can go on and on. So I don't think the government, even at the federal level, want to take this lightly.
So you think that's why the police has clamped down on them already?
Very, very well.
But was it fair for them to have dispersed peaceful protesters with, canisters of tear gas. Or tear
Kano,
gas
as I
canisters.
said, has got that unfavorable reputation of having what starts mildly. And whenever I hear, if there is anything that can describe me now, I am protestophobia. I lost virtually all I own during NSAS.
Oh my.
Cars, office,
Really?
everything. Yes. So
You were one of those whose property was burned.
that am alive today. I think there is someone above. There's a superior power to that of human force. So, but I think of all the same. So anytime I hear protest now, I just cringe.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, thank you for that. I'm moving on with my life. I'm here with you guys, so, I'm not totally, but I'm trying.
Okay, so moving forward, what do you make of this accusation by the SSG, the Secretary to the State Government of Kano State, of Ganduje employing underaged and more unqualified people?
You wouldn't
into
expect
the
them to
state
come out and
civil
say
service?
that Ganduje is doing something out of the ordinary. I mean, they are.
You recall
embattled
that this
right
is
now.
not the first accusation
They are
anyway.
embattled. And you remember what happened? What transpired on the day of inauguration in Kano State? The podium that contained the president, the governor, and everyone sunk. In fact, that was a metaphor of what you should expect for this government. They are embattled. They lost at the tribunal. Well, did they lose at the appeal court? It's still a matter of conjecture. We were told the verdict was that they lost, so they were to appeal. But the CTC, certified true copy, is claiming that they won.
But the court has asked them to return the CTC that it was a clerical error. They want to correct it.
So we leave
You're
that.
not aware of that.
I have had everything.
So clerks can now type over an opposite
How
of
many
what they were told
pages?
to type.
Precious and promise. Sorry, please, I won't use your name.
Clerks have been committing a lot of crimes recently. I'm sorry, have been making a lot of blunders recently.
You know, when anything happens in Nigeria, when it rains in Nigeria, it pours. Once you have a procurement issue in Lagos, you know that in no time it happens in Rivers, your state. It happens in Kano.
Your
it
state?
happens-
Okay, go ahead.
Do I look like someone from Kano? Anyway, I'm in Nigeria. But for real, it's ludicrous, and that is understating it, that you make 3 paragraphs, error in 3 paragraphs. If as Professor Odim Kalu posited that, okay, if wife is spelled as Wi-Fi, maybe that's understandable.
It's an error, so you can't take that
3
as an
paragraphs. I'm sure you had good grades in English.
error. No,
Whether in secondary school,
I'm not quite sure. I don't even speak
well,
English.
at least you speak well. Your abilities give you away.
No, Sabi.
You know, Sabi, and that's your luck.
So sometimes I could even type things that I didn't. Sometimes I could just.
I know you are being
mix up
sarcastic.
things.
You don't make mistake with 3 paragraphs. That is something deliberate. So let them tell that to the Marines. The government of the day that is embattled will surely throw mud at the princess now.
This looks like a tough job for the Supreme Court anyway. Do you see it swinging
won't
to
be
anybody's
surprised
direction?
if they eventually settle for a political verdict. I remember in 79, Justice Showenmo, I think the lead judge then, told Awolowo that my hands are tied. He actually wanted to give judgment, but he knew the consequence of whatever will happen.
Leave that 79 judgment that we cannot even refer to.
They even told that this judgment should never be referred to. Fast forward almost 2-3 decades down the line, the judgment between Yar'Adua versus Buhari, at the point it tied at 4-4. It took the Chief Justice then to give the verdict to tilt it in favor of Yar'Adua, and they made something like for the sake of peace, because they know that anything beyond a Yar'Adua victory may scuttle anything we call democracy. So sometimes judges who have discretionary powers may just go with political verdicts. They just want to ensure that peace reigns. So I suspect that will be because this CTC issue has thrown a new dimension into the story. They are claiming now that the certified true copy has the governor Yusuf now declared the winner, whereas what we had was
even
different.
awarded.
But Yusuf has also appealed to the Supreme Court. That means he doesn't even trust that judgment.
Many of these
He's
officials, they don't really trust the system. That's why.
All right. So speaking about the judiciary, I think Promise has a story here that's got to do with it.
The Northern Elders Forum has called on the country's judiciary to consider the consequences of its actions and decisions and uphold the rule of law in all of its activities around the elections where Nigerians voted. The NEF, in a statement on Thursday by its convener, Professor Ango Abdullahi, said the forum and other stakeholders would closely monitor the conduct of the judiciary and advocate for its ethical revitalization to safeguard the interests of all Nigerians. So with the whole sacking spree that happened this last week and this week, for especially the opposition parties, if the Supreme Court replicates the same kind of judgment the appeal court did, what will it be for some of the states or in Nigeria? Would there be some kind of chaos?
Let me still comment the fact that I love the continuity of this program. Really, how you dovetail from one topic to another, as in there is a synergy.
We try to cover up different
commendations, really,
topics.
For the judiciary, it's a case of perception versus reality. They don't go with sentiments. Otherwise, the lady that symbolizes justice would as well have the veil removed from her eyes and then judge because, oh, that one is my friend. No, you have done wrong though, but you are my friend.
But are you sure that the lady justice is still blindfolded?
Not wearing glasses like us.
I don't have an answer for that because I fear that answering some questions will only mean tying noose around my neck. I fear for that, please. So for the justices, they should always be concerned about posterity, their names. Above all things, a good name, a name that will open doors even generations after, should be their concern. As grave as in the magazine that as grave as a judge just didn't come drop from heaven. They should actually live and do their jobs with gravity, with utmost seriousness and conscience. Suddenly, we are worried that what is actually going on. Contradict judgments the same, but I still want to trust that they should, not they would, and they should and must do what is right, what is lawful. They wouldn't go with sways of sentiment because left to us, we all have our own verdicts. From February 25th to March 18th to the recently concluded elections in Imo, Bayelsa, and Kano, and Kogi rather. So ultimately, they should stick with the laws that guide them, the electoral laws, the constitution, and be their otherwise. And I will also urge Nigerians by way of position they hold, because when another leaders from speak, they carry weight. Let them not put undue pressure on the judiciary. They may express their opinion, they can opine, of course, yes, but they know the role they play in citing. These are men that their opinions are like laws to people. Some
people listen to them.
Some guy want to hear just that, oh yeah, go, and they said Baba has spoken. So they should be careful, they should be circumspect not to hit up the politics, because Kano is especially known to be very boisterous. Kano can be incendiary. You talk Kano, you talk maybe Zamfara, you talk Jigawa. All these states are just, when it comes to issues compared to Kano, they are only playing. But for Kano, it's one of the biggest states in Nigeria. In fact, it's a state that determines a lot when it comes to presidential elections. So they want to be very, very careful. Tomorrow, government should not, and at the federal level I mean now, should not take carelessly or just take flippantly what the threats are real. They should ensure that law and order is maintained, retained, so that people go about their lawful duties. Otherwise, whatever will happen in Kano should still mean that Nigeria is still one. So the elders at the Northern Elders Forum should please be circumspect. Even in their observation, they should not give the impression that they imply what they actually mean. So let them please work with care. These are times that emotions are still very raw. Nerves are frayed. So we can't continue to further, rekindle some flames that are burning out,
heating up the politics.
Please, they should be careful in what they say. The judiciary should do what they should do by way of adhering strictly to our grown up, our constitution, and get the job done. I know one thing for sure: you don't lose forever. Politically speaking, you don't. Till tomorrow, maybe it doesn't.
Well, some people have been retired politically in the past.
Can you mention one name?
Well, I don't know.
Let's forget about it. Let's go. It's okay. I don't want to mention.
It's okay. Let's go ahead.
Oh, fine.
No. Don't say anything.
I hope you know that you are putting many people in suspense. Who is that person?
It's okay.
So just know. So I want to start calling you.
It's okay.
Who is that person?
So I'm moving on. There is this conversation. You do recall that P2P recently did accuse the federal government of, more like being a spendthrift, especially at a time when Nigerians are going through a lot of pain and anguish, and they're not, the policies of the federal government have caused a lot of pain and suffer for the people. And then he did mention that, all of these fixing of these, allocating so much amount for meals and all that is quite unnecessary, because in Sena claims it doesn't just happen that way. He was accused of saying that he's lying. Someone said that it was a big lie, and it's not true, that this doesn't happen, especially in the United States of America. Let's take a listen to him say that, so we get a better perspective to that conversation.
Enormous budgets that are even beyond critical areas of development. No, You cannot entertain people. In America, if the president chooses today to entertain guests, you pay for the food. If he chooses to have different dishes, he will pay for it. So you can decide, my wife is going to have we're going to have this type of fish from Japan. At the end of the month, you have to pay for it. So these things don't happen. You don't have renovations of different houses for the president. You know, if the president of America goes to New York today, he stays in hotel. I have accompanied the president to trip in the past. The hotel is the president of America was staying in a hotel. So these are issues. So we must look at what suits us. Again, look at how we can manage our own expense and everything. So what Obasanjo is saying that we must not adopt this.
All right, we heard that from Peter B. But however, you'd recall that in the past, Michelle Obama has been quoted saying, different occasions I've heard that, where she was reacting to what life in the White House was like, where she did say that, well, if they were to have guests, personal guests, who visited them, that they catered for the personal guest. I could actually play vox pop or soundbite of Michelle Obama saying that herself.
Sorry, I will put it here. What His Excellency Peter Obi said is apt and totally true. It's not new that this has been in news for so long. So whoever is refuting what he's saying is that person should have himself examined. Maybe they don't know what happens. It is a well documented fact that in America, if you pay anybody visiting the White House, you cater from, except it's on a state visit. But if there's any your grandfather from your two or whatever,
exactly. But you know we have so much allocated for 1.5 meal, Asorok this, and you're just wondering how many people will be eating this food. But let's, for the purpose of this show, let's have people listen to Michelle Obama say that herself, so they get a better clearer picture of it.
But other than that, the White House does feel like a home. And I always say that a house is a house. And what you bring to the home is what makes it at home. And how we lived in that home was what I remember most. And people ask, do I miss the White House? And it's like, no, I don't miss the house, because we took what was important in that house with us, and it is with us. It's family, it's values, it's the friendship. So the house is beautiful and it's historic, and it was an honor to live there. But the people in it make it what it is. They tell you can order anything, and they listen very carefully because everybody listens to every word that the president says. And I used to tell Barack, don't say you want something, because then we'll have like thousands of it, and then we're paying for it. So I know it was a shock. If he said he liked some rare fish, he just happened to say, this is delicious. And then we get the bill at the end of the month, and it's like, you flew that fish in from China? It's like, that fish wasn't that good.
Listen, everybody,
like, don't say you like that fish.
Everybody's just getting the book today, so I can see the surprise on people's faces when you hear her say.
So that was an interview of Michelle Obama, former president of the United States, former First Lady of the United States. With that interview was with actually Oprah Winfrey, where she was reacting to, what it was like living in the White House. And then you did hear her mention that if, for instance, her husband did mention, she had to tell him, don't say you like anything, because if you just said you like something, they'll bring it like it's a gift. But at the end of the month, you get a bill for it, and the president gets to pay. But can that ever be the case in Nigeria?
Again, this is well cool.
But because the reason I'm asking this question is this is a country where we borrowed a pattern of democracy from, and we've often said this.
This is a well choreographed show. No wonder you have many fans. For you to even bring Michelle Obama to tell the world what obtains in the most important political building in the world. The White House is the symbol of war power. After all, they control virtually everything in America. So it's so true that Peter Obi only corroborated what Michelle said years back.
Absolutely.
It's unfortunate that here we practice, democracy in name, but presidential democracy in style, but in reality, we don't. We copy just what suits us from American system and just paste it here, because otherwise, even our judiciary should be elected as in our official judiciary. Over there, a judge is elected. The system of election is quite rather different. Here, if you apply to be maybe the chief judge of a state, then you'll be subject. Okay, you must have 100 votes before you become the chief judge of that state. Now it's not outsiders; it's within the committee of.
So it's not like the governor will just appoint you chief judge.
No, they
I'm asking that question for emphasis. For emphasis sake here.
They are by no means subservient, because once you are appointed, there is a tinge of subservience to who appointed you. So that's the truth. But there, the judge, whoever I think I qualify to become the next chief judge. You may not be the only person. You may be the only person, or maybe 2 or 3 vying for that position. At the end of the day, you are also subjected. You are not competing like a political executive office now, where the winner takes all. Here, there will be an allotted number of votes. If you don't meet up, then you don't become, until they get that judge that gets maybe 100 is the benchmark, otherwise. But they are elected. But we don't that here. In American state, the federal unit, there are 50 states there. Each state has its own Senate house, House of Rep house, and on and on. So we don't have that one here. And claim we are practicing
and the state, don't forget that the states are independent in America.
Of course, yes.
But here we have refused to make the states independent. The security apparatus is also independent in America. Exactly. So we're not okay. All right. So Lagos, let's bring you into the conversation now. Phone lines are now open. 0700 903 903 903.
Sorry, it's understand. I mean, I say in Lagos world, because I know some people come from South Africa, from Italy, from everywhere.
Absolutely. And so one of our actually a diaspora callers had said that before. Okay, Nigeria, world. You can now join the conversation. The phone lines are open. Please forgive me. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903 and 0700 903 903. Now, for those who may be joining us from the diaspora, you want to call us on WhatsApp, it is 0700 903 903. Now, so just in case you're joining in and you're unaware of the conversation that we'll be having, let me run you through them very quickly. Governor Fubara sent people to Brand House of Assembly chamber to stop impeachment. This is Wike accusing him, and we also just a tip of the iceberg of the drama happening in River State. I'll tell you more. And then how Ganduje's government employed JSSS students into civil service. This is according to the Kano State Secretary to the state government. And then you also have the conversation here about Governor Fubara scattering. Yes, some Wike saying that Governor Fubara scattered political structure that brought him into power in just 3 months. Only 3 months he scattered everything. In fact, he said that the evil political structure. Okay, sorry, I take that back. That's not it. And of course, still in the news, River State Governor has redeployed Assembly Clerk Deputy as as the feud between him and his predecessor continues. We also have the conversation here of how Northern Elders Forum warn Nigerian judges, others, and saying, we are closely monitoring your conduct with a look on our side eye. Consider the consequences of your conduct. Is that a threat? We do not know. And then we also have the conversation of how Ganduje reveals how Ganduje has revealed how APC is going a fresh plot by APC to kick out Fubara and take over River State, because he said in 2027 APC is going to win the governorship election in River State. And of course, he did give kudos to the Rivers people for voting the president, in 2023 election. And then what conversation again? Yes, and how Fubara disobeyed Tinubu, scattered political structure in 3 months. That is a disobedient child. And then we also did tell you of how Tinubu inherited dead economy from Buhari's regime that kept printing money. Let's take a quick gloss at this particular statement. So the Anambra State Governor Charles Soludo says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's led administration inherited a dead economy from his predecessor, who violated rules by repeatedly printing money. We know about the 23 trillion naira, ways and means. Yeah. So Mr. Soludo made this assertion yesterday, Thursday, during an interview with Channels Television, where he evaluated the policies of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Quoting him now, he says, "We sat all of us watching the CBN brazenly and illegally violates the act. Yeah, year on year and kept printing money. That is when advance money is backed by nothing. You just credit the federal government with trillions, 4 trillion naira, 10 trillion naira, 15 trillion naira, and keeps going on and going on. Practically, he did say that. And then and most of you don't even know at the time we took over. Most Nigerians don't even know, because we have sworn to an oath that to tell anybody we were printing money. That's what he said. Okay, so let's get to that. But what's surprising for most Nigerians is the fact that have we forgotten your guy? We remember you now that Buhari replaced his economic management team with an economic advisory council in September 2019, if you remember that. And Governor Soludo, who was the central bank, former central bank governor at the time of Nigeria, amongst others, were part of that council.
That was the last.
So, as someone who is part of the economic council of President Muhammadu Buhari, why did he not advise him that, oh God, this printing is not working? And now you're saying, owning to the fact that he was breaking the law and that he was destroying the economy. Why did you not extract yourself or expunge yourself from that position? I dare say,
typical Nigerian politician. They only see it when they're outside. But while they were there, and they would of course close their. He knew obviously, but I'll just cut him some slack. He was the last serious CBN governor we've had in Nigeria. After him came a certain Sanusi that just didn't understand his role.
Wow. Some would say Sanusi was an intelligent.
Sanusi,
was a brilliant man.
He deployed his intelligence to the very wrong things. He was just
fighting Jonathan.
I mean, who does that? Then the disaster called Emefiele. I choose to call it because if I remember how that I picked more enemies in February, March this year than I've ever done in a long time.
During the cash crunch.
Oh yes, brilliant you. I went to a pharmacist once, a very well-known one at that. Oh, I'll buy this. All I needed to buy that day was about 700 naira. And I told him, okay, I handed over the old 1,000 and then old 1,000 note. Said, no, I'll hand the question. Okay, transfer and call. Say, just last night, 2 people deceived me with their fake alert. Okay, I'm not new here. I've patronized it for about 3 years. This man not blue. Not got the money. So I couldn't buy the drugs. And I told him before I left that if you ever see me here again.
And interestingly, some people died because of that.
Of course,
situation. Some people.
So that's
died.
why.
Because I remember when I was one of the anchors for a breakfast television show. Somebody called in and said he was sounding really sick. He went to a health center, a government-owned establishment around, and they said if you don't bring cash, we will not treat you.
What's our humanity?
And the next time we didn't hear from that young man again. So it's crazy. We know that people lost their lives because of
one
that.
Closest to home. This
crazy.
Rather helpless old man, should be 60s or 70s, went to a place, stormed the place. She started shouting, I'm hungry. They said, Baba, go and bring money now. They didn't answer him. Before long, he went to a corner, lay his head against a stone. Somebody came and what happened? What's happened? They said, that man wants to eat. They went there to tap the man. The man was stone dead.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, all right, so Lagos, let's bring you into the conversation now. Apologies, I had to take that quick one. 0700 903 903 903. You can also send a WhatsApp message or call the WhatsApp line 0700 903 9039. Our WhatsApp box is almost full. Promise. Before you do that, let me just take a few calls. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Good evening to your guest and good evening to.
He can hear you. Good evening. Welcome. Go ahead.
Your guest said it's a disaster. Truly, was it really a disaster or he was taking instruction from a boss?
You could have resigned.
Instruction from a president, as the case may be. But that one is a bygone affair anyway. And for the Wike, I think we should not overload the city governor. The city governor will have a policy. I said something about this Mr. James Olsen show last time. That a governor has immunity under the constitution. He should not be acting as a puppet to a minister. Minister doesn't have immunity. So what is he saying he buy from? Those are irrelevant. If he buy from for the whole river state, is it his money? Those are not relevant. He
never stated anyway. He didn't clarify whether it was his personal money or the state's fund.
You said what?
I said he never specified if it was his personal fund or state's fund.
But he said he bought a fund. Did he bought a fund by himself? That's what he said. He said the city governor did not buy a fund by himself. I have the way to play now.
She's saying the same thing you're saying. Go ahead.
Somebody to kind of like that. Must it be that you become a lord over the person? If the city governor, you have the same policy to introduce to the river state. If you introduce the policy will not give old matter out. And if you break the rule off his neck, he is the governor, he can take a cue from Fashola. Look at the state. I said it last time. If you not act as a prophet, if you not act as a prophet to somebody like that, and that, if you did that, his second tenure is not secure. If the mistake is slow down and look at his, what is the mountain, the way his master is playing his antics, his second tenure will end up like somebody. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. All right, I promise a few messages very quickly. I run to YouTube now where we'll have quite a couple of
Good evening,
reactions.
everyone in the house. I am Adeola from Ijaye. Anti-Precious, as in Nigerian, I feel bad to see this country going down the drain. Nigeria is no more a nation. Politicians have succeeded in dividing Nigeria into so many regions with religious and ethnic sentiments. The way I see the country now, it's possible to make Nigeria work. Is it possible to make Nigeria work now? You say it, and because of the issue, it's our own. You're saying because of the issue, it's our time, it's our own, and all of that, like the local. Even though the person is doing the wrong thing, no one is ready to say the truth. Nigerians don't like truth. You need to move around the country now and see what is going on. It's a pity anyway. You people are doing great. God bless you.
Thank you so much. I run to YouTube now. Chuka Ekwe says, good evening, ladies, and good to see you guys this evening. The good work you're doing. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. And Madi P says, the world knows them. They run off their mouth. People that are not honest to themselves. A country, some have so much liberty. You said quite a lot.
You see from Ijegun says, good evening, Madam Precious and Promise. Yes, some Wike always sounds like a tyrant. He behaves like another Hitler. Madam Precious, are you not aware that if River State fails to stop Wike, that Wike will finish them? Are you not aware? They are asking you. This is the right time to end the illegal reign of Wike in River State.
I amn't aware.
Found out.
I amn't aware. I amn't aware. All right, Lagos phone lines are still open. It's 0700 903 903 903, and the WhatsApp line is 0700 903 9039.
Messages.
All right, you can quickly do that.
Good evening,
phone lines are
P2 on Wike. I think the media is playing into the hands of Wike by always pandering to him at every turn. This man says the most craziest things, and he's even seen as some god by always beaming the light on him. It's all about him. Nothing about the people. Mark from Agege.
But when he was doing south, he was saying south during election. He's south. Everything he wanted was south. And you put it on, say he says south small. It's on him all the time. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello.
Yes, good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Austin from Ekatu.
You're welcome, Mr. Austin. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you for your effort on bringing out some facts on the air.
Thank you, sir.
And also want to ask this question. I want to know really what you are saying on this platform. How do we as viewers and listeners, at times I look at it as if we are just continue talking. Yeah, I believe this is part of your own business that gives you your monthly money. But you have been discussing so very issues on line and nobody is interested in hearing on to what is happening. I considered what we talk about Wike succeeded. I believe by this time he has the time. I listened to his program today. He was granted interview. This journalist today, and he said so many things. The truth we have in this country is that we are just beating on empty drums. Why? Because we remain as, I don't know if I use that word, a coward. I don't know how it will look like. But we don't have action. And these are the reasons why the leaders are continuing doing what? Oppressing us. Can you tell me what is happening in Nigeria here will happen in Ghana? We are referring to America as where we captured our democracy or system of their, what are we going to compare with America and system of their governance? So what I'm just trying to put across is that, in fact, we Nigerians, we are not serious. And we are not ready yet because of sentiment, tribalism, and thinking of where we think we are and we are not there. That is
apologies. I think I've
to open an avenue that will bring people together and they consider and decide on what to do. And then God will intervene because God has already done his own. He's only expecting us to fulfill. So I pray for the best of it, and I wish you the best of it in Jesus' name.
Thank you, amen. So I'd like to quickly react to what you said about, we talking and perhaps the right quarters not listening. And see, let me tell you, there is nothing you say on a radio that was giving license that their purpose quarters will not listen.
They hear you.
They can hear you. And then again, you may think that it's not yielding result, but trust me, it is yielding result. Even if it's a result that is as little as creating the appropriate awareness in your mind, it is yielding result. A lot of people do not know a lot of the things that we have said today, but they have learned something today, and it is in their consciousness. And one day, that consciousness will, be put to work.
I told about, I was on a platform not too long ago.
Can you just help me hold the thought? I have someone on the line. Let me quickly take this call. I'll get back to that. Hello, good evening to you.
Yes, Prepper, good evening.
Sir.
Madam Promise, good evening. And your guests, Doctor, good evening. This is Prince Akwachi from California.
Prince Akwachi.
I had promised myself before that I'm gonna look away from Nigerian politics. But sometimes when I just think about it, I'm saying, you know what? Yes, I'm part and parcel of that country.
Absolutely.
And let me start from number one is Wike. I don't know why the press is giving him time, for Christ's sake. That man should go and enter house now. He should enter house.
He's the FCT.
In the when you talk about that's Edo State or Delta State, that's how we say it. He should enter house. What is it? And to me, it's only if River State's people will allow him to undermine their governor. If only they will allow him to do that. How can he keep doing all these things? Is he now the kingmaker? He makes kings and also put it on them to for what they're going to do. That's why everything that he did during the election, he still had mouth to even call the press and speak all those things he's talking about. Secondly, he's even giving. You see, they already have evil plan against Rivers, because now Ganduje probably a loose mouth had just said that they are looking forward to grab Rivers State in 2027.
You think that was a sleep?
That would be.
Do you think that was a sleep?
Yeah, it's a slip of tongue. It's a slip of tongue. What I mean, a slip of tongue in the sense that he was not supposed to say that, but it came out. That's to show you how God exposed evil doers and evil plans. And I bet you, as of today, I think the one they planned against Delta State. Hopefully, I'm waiting to listen, to hear what they got to say about Obowori or Obowori. I don't know their names. And the other one, the former deputy Senate president.
Yes, please.
Or whatever it is. How can these people, for Christ's sake, can they allow the masses to make their choice and let their choice stand? Can they leave people alone? What is it? Why do they want to grab power? And people are there suffering. If I tell you how many people in a day that I hear their stories, and it touches my heart. It touches my heart. If I have the power to change Nigeria, to come to Nigeria and change everything, I will do it. And I will lock up every one of them, the evildoers. And then the person talking about that P2B lied. How did P2B lie? Thank God we heard it from Michelle Obama. This is not a story. I can tell you that 20 years, more than 20 years, and I know what they do. Even the Air Force One, the Air Force One, the plane. As a president, you cannot go anywhere just like that.
Are you serious? Like a president cannot just travel to a country now. Let me explain. Can I ask a question? Are you saying your president cannot travel to a country for like medical trip? Maybe he goes there and falls sick, and he will not pack there for 6 months.
It is a personal thing.
Taking treatments.
He will pay. I'm telling you.
Anyway.
Obama at one time, when he came in, when he was running for his second tenure, used the Air Force One. They made him pay. He paid for it. So I don't know why people keep talking. And then when we talk about what's his name, the Anambra State Governor Soludo, for Christ's sake, Soludo is a son of Mbafo, and it's not me that said it. Mbafo. And what is Mbafo? Mbafo are those women who sell egusi and everything in the market, that all they do is that they might sell one cup, but the discussions that they're gonna have, the gossip they're gonna have, will be more than that one cup that they sold. That's who he is. He was against Jonathan. He spoke against Jonathan. And when Buhari came in, he was among the economic committee or whatever it is.
Council.
And now he's coming to tell us that, the past government were a dead horse. Why didn't he speak out at that time? Where was he?
He became a governor under the administration of the past government.
Yeah. And he had every chance to speak out. And then, like Obaseki, at least I will give Obaseki some slack. Obaseki spoke up. He said that they were printing money, and it was investigated. They were printing money. After they denied it, but it came out that they were printing money.
Okay, thank you so
much. What kind of a country do we have that we don't even have law? Okay, look at Emefiele that they are prosecuting. Emefiele, they gave him bail the other day, but he cannot go because what? DSS is waiting for him at the gate. They want to let him ambush to take him back. If he perfects his bail, they will take him back. What kind of government are we? What kind of leadership do we have in Nigeria? I get angry. I really get angry. But anyways, just what I would say. Thank you guys for what you do, and I really thank your guests. This time around they will not say, "Oh, it's Mr. Darlington that is saying it." This is somebody who knows what he's saying.
And his name is Adebayo.
Oh, Dr. Adebayo. Yes. Nice speaking to you.
Okay, same here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, promise. Let's run through some messages before our WhatsApp people will revolt.
Good evening, Vio. We're talking about the underqualified people that was employed by Ganduje. Is it because it is Ganduje, or the whole Nigerians don't know that the whole North employs underqualified and underage people into state, federal, military, and police job? Please don't make it sound like it's Ganduje's issue. It is a bad thing the whole North has been practicing since 1800, you said, to favor themselves. That is why they dominate the federal jobs and military.
Are we serious about this? Tundele! Hey, let me take this call quickly. Okay. We'll come back to Tunde. Mr. Adebayo yourself is also shocked. Sorry, Dr. Adebayo was shocked. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, Precious.
Sir?
So that's for the weekend. So,
what did he say?
He said that was for the weekend. He likes it, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. You're welcome. I'm Tony Chikudi. You're welcome.
Promise. What do you promise?
Sir, good evening, sir. Happy weekend.
Good evening. I wish you the same. I will be sending prayer to your mailboxes, emails. So, for the weekend.
Is it the kind of Senate prayers? That's what we want to.
I don't know which one they said is prayer.
Okay.
I'm not going to add novena.
Promise. Thank you.
So,
thank you for promising promise.
He said to you people.
No, he said to you people. He only said it after he called you what he promised. So you send your greeting to our guest. He can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Precious. See,
okay.
There are things that when people, those in the diaspora are talking or call in to talk. Some people might be thinking, oh, we are in the West. There are the man that just dropped now said that if he's on his own hand to change things in Nigeria, he will come back and do it. There are many of us who are in diaspora who knows everything, the things that are going on. There was a time I told you, don't think that many Nigerians you see here, if they tell you what the jobs they are doing and the experience they have and the things they know, is a lot. And when they see the game, I call it game, that our politicians are playing on some of our people, even some of them in Nigeria, they are also highly educated, but they can't do anything. We are now talking something that P2B said since, and now because Michelle Obama said it, now that they are believing him. I can tell you, if you remember what happened during COVID, Sakia Starmer, the head of the Labour Party here, when during the Labour Party, I think he ordered a pizza and some beer for the. Do you know they investigated him to check whether that he ordered that pizza with the party's money?
Just a pizza.
And whether just a pizza and a beer, and they were in a group of campaign gathered. So, but due to he was on a party assignment, that thing was paid through the party account. But if he was not on a party assignment, if he tries that, is a big problem. The same thing happens to Boris Johnson. All those parties, after they were investigating him, they wanted to know where the money comes from. Even his home that he renovated, the amount of money he used to, I think, is not up to 7,000 or 5,000. I think not up to 10,000. But they were investigating to know why that thing was renovated and how did the money come in. Even the current prime minister went to buy a petrol, although he's a rich guy, so maybe everything was people are doing it for him. He went to buy a petrol. He doesn't even know how to use a card. So what I'm trying to say is that when sometimes some of us outside here, when some of us are talking, you will think that it's just like I listened to what Nedu was telling you people about yesterday about feed animal and the rest of them. I was just laughing because such a thing never. He's talking.
Lost him. My apologies, Tony Chukudi. Thank you. All right, Promise, let's run through some messages.
Good evening, Precious and Promise. Are you surprised with Wike's tantrums? An Igbo proverb says that he who is a veteran beheader becomes extremely uncomfortable about anyone standing behind him with a machete. Augustine.
All right, then. So I take some messages from YouTube now. Kenny Zeke says, Soludo is part of the problem. P2BU style tell us about Prof. Soludo, book smart, but that's it. Someone book smart.
Good evening, the double
doctor. Those of you that book smart,
you also need a street smartness.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Promise.
Good evening, double P's. Mr. Wike is always up in arms trying to play God. Someone should advise him to leave the governor alone because he can't eat his cake and have it. He should know that everything in this life you mean has a limit. Patrick Oyanta from Ikotun Igbe.
Okay, all right. And then Ola Adewale says politicians do hear Nigerians and they are scared at this point. That is affirming to the fact that politicians are listening. Trust me, they are listening. And they know that you're beginning to demand accountability from them. They are aware of it. Maddie says, because Nigeria have no direction, everything can happen in Nigeria. Who cares? And people are not complaining. The truth don't know how to say it. Gwen Man says, peaceful protest. I thought we all saw some protesters throwing stones. And then another one says, Polish teen Soludo has become enemy of Ndibo. You said a lot there.
Can I go to WhatsApp?
Go ahead.
Wonderful, pretty queen, Precious. They are hyping you. Hold on, they're coming for you.
Pretty
Chief Director
queen
of APC Woman Leader and Beautiful Promise. Hold on, coming.
Oh, so you saw that, right?
APC,
hold on.
APC think tank and me, I'm APC think tank. Okay.
I'm the woman leader. Oh, you thought I took my L in peace. Take yours.
And your special guest, greetings, Precious. Why are you promoting your sinking ex-governor Wike in the limelight? He deserves what is happening to him. It's just the beginning of his Waterloo. Gandola, who's supposed to be behind bars where there is good government employing underage people into government. Can you see how your party is destroying Nigeria? They're asking you. Your party APC equally makes the law enforcement agents and the judiciary as members of their party, feeding on the ignorance of the poor Nigerian masses. You mean? They want to take over all the strategic states in Nigeria for 2027. Any person that wants to come to limelight in your party, access Peter Obi. Good night.
All right, let's just take a few calls and then we'll go straight to hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Are you okay? All right, unfortunately, we can't hear you. And I go back to some more messages. Amisha Wachuku says, Wike and media chats with public fund Nigerian politicians.
Wike again, promise, Wike again. Precious, Tinubu is on the right track to build Nigeria, just like he built Lagos State. He will arrest all the rogues that are looting our money because he's not a corrupt Jude. Dollars will come back to 200 naira per dollar and will make the refineries work so well that fuel pump price will be 200 naira per liter soon. Well done, Emperor.
Miloruko Jesu. At this point, to accept it with faith.
That reeks of sarcasm.
Obviously.
Okay. All right then. A few more before we run to our step down segment.
Okay. Good evening, PM. This one is quite lengthy. You people should be reducing your messages. Good evening, PMP and the guests in the house. It is good to see how beautiful you're today on your social media handle to take a Gandola. Okay, and okay. Good evening to you guys in the studio. You see Wike very soon. He will soon lose the little respect he is getting now, since he is behaving as if he owns River State. It's just a matter of time before he will be disgraced. Precious, well done. You're saying they are hearing us. Yes, me, I agree to that. But then they only pick the ones that they will favor them and leave the ones that don't favor them. So when you said governments are hearing us over the radio, and Mr. Anele says Mr. Wike should also allow Fubara to be no matter what he invested in him becoming a governor. You mean any attempt to leak Wike's boots at all time will earn Fubara a name he will regret to answer from Nigerians. So Ludo's statement these days is a pointer that anytime soon something will manifest which may amount to his political, except I'm not going to say that word, except those who habitually overturn electoral outcomes, assuring shield.
Okay. All right. So Alio from Lagos says, good evening, Precious. The governorship election was conducted free and fair and credible. Wike and Ganduje would never take over River State. That's what he's saying. That is almost certain. I don't know, but looks like that's the energy.
So good evening, Precious. If the governorship election conducts free, fair and credible, then
that's the message as of right now. And then Samuel from Alimosho says, good evening, Madam Precious and Promise, Dr. Adebayo too. Nice job you all are doing there. It's a pity that what is playing out in our country by supposed leaders. They have seen the citizens finish now, and they are behaving that they are only ones alive in every other citizens do not matter. Imagine Wike boldly priding with what should not be heard if the law is being upheld, and Ganduje that should have been on exile. Well, you said a lot.
Good evening, VOP, Precious, Promise, and the guests. Until Nigerian builds respect institutions and not powerful individuals, unless we abolish tribalism, ethnicity, and religious beliefs, Nigerians will continue in these negative circles.
All right, so Lagos, let's take a little breather right now. It's not yet 8:30. It's not yet 8:30. So yeah, we'll have a few messages. Let's see if we can run through them very quickly. Then before we take a breather for our step down segment, something we have on. So Dr. Deba, you know you're new to the show, so we usually have a step down segment.
I remember you told me you have some bottles of water.
And I did not get that for you. My bad. Can I do beer for you then?
Bottles of water,
please. He didn't ask for beer.
Okay.
Bottles of water, please.
You don't know if he's a teetotaler. You don't know.
A teetotal. You're a teetarian?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. All right, good. Apologies. All right. So a few more messages here.
Do our political leaders know how much of a shame they have subjected themselves to by their irrational actions in the governance of Nigeria? One thing they should know is it is easy to destroy anything, but very difficult to construct it or rebuild. If they destroy Nigeria by themselves, by their self-centered and greed attitudes, it will be difficult for them to revert it. So let them think twice. We have no other country other than this. All right,
Lagos, let's take a breather right now. We'll be right back for the step down segment. So on our step down segment this evening, right, a lady who was a former hookup babe is seeking for advice. Now that she has a serious relationship, she wants to know, should I tell my new boyfriend or my boyfriend that is serious with me that, you know, I have done a few things in the past that I'm not so proud of? Should I forever remain silent because of whatever may be the outcome?
Does your past matter?
Does your past matter in a relationship? You should just face the future. Just look forward. Forward
future
ever,
is always bright.
Backward never. Lagos, let's take a break. I'll be right back to take that conversation after the break.
Seminar. We are excited to invite you to our upcoming masterclass seminar aimed at enhancing your healthy and financial lifestyle. During the seminar, we will teach people how to stay healthy with Norland Industrial Group of Company International. Natural make money, achieve ranks, and travel around the world. Site attractions include free medical checkup, Christmas bonus, scholarship, and lots more. Friday 24th and Saturday 25th of November 2023. Time 12 noon. Venue Castro Restaurant inside Super Saver Supermarket, Go Palace Way last bus stop, Okota, Lagos State. For inquiry, please call
0703 740 5082. 0703 740 5082. 0708 244 5668. 0903 806 6444.
Join us and be transformed positively.
Lagos, you are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM from our studios, exactly 8:30 p.m. And we ought to just go straight into our step down conversation, but we thought to take a little break. You know, all work no pay. They make Jack a dull boy. So let's enter market to see what the market is saying. When we come back from the market, we continue business. Remember that on our step down conversation today,
because they say where you work is workshop now. That's why it's
where
called
you work. Where man they work and there they shop. Let me they call it workshop. Ask for real man. You know if you tell you it's in a workshop. Now workshop.
So
now workshop with the color. Now say it be now. All right, my people. So I have a beautiful lady in the house with me. Let me give her the honors of introducing herself. Ma'am, good evening and welcome. So the last time you were here, tell us what happened after that. What happened at that event when you were here? Please make your introductions. Tell us.
Wow, I love you so much. You guys are the best. Yeah,
we're the best.
Yes, I love your shows.
Stop it, I like it.
Wow, I remain your humble sister, Mrs. Chibueze, Anthony Adama, aka Tonya Vex, International, the Norland Global Ambassador. So I'm here tonight to introduce what I do, the products I market, which is called, the company is called Norland Industrial Group of Company International, and that company is from, we have a head office based in USA. The company is from China, so it's a Chinese company.
Okay, but they have head office in the United States.
Yeah,
okay.
in the USA.
So tell us, what makes this company unique?
Oh, they're so unique because of their unique products.
Okay. What about the products? Why are the products unique?
Okay, we have different products. I want to talk about this particular product I'm having here with me. It's called the Norland Detox Pack. Detox.
And it comes in a very nice pack.
It's a nice pack.
A lush pack.
This product you're saying, everybody needs this product.
What does it do?
It detoxifies and also rejuvenates and restores back the major organs in the body system.
Are you serious?
Yes, like liver, kidney. Doctors have used these products and they've achieved a lot of results.
Madam, you know you cannot give 100% guarantee. So this is based on your testimony.
Yes.
Have you used it personally?
I've used it personally, and look at where I'm looking. I have 4 kids. One thing it does, it rejuvenates the body system.
Is that why you're looking like a sweet 16?
Yeah, it detoxifies and rejuvenates you. And all the nyama with your body, or more this product will clear out.
Madam, calm down. Don't slap the product. You go slap away the detox for the product. Don't slap away the detox from the product. Okay, so tell us more of the products.
So we have other products. These are alkaline cup. So this is everybody can also use the detox apart from children. Everybody is eligible to use. There is no side effects. It's made up of fruits. So you detoxify the major organs, the liver, the kidney, the lungs, the spleen. It cleanses and rejuvenates them, and they look under 16 again. Become born again. So, another wonderful product we have here is alkaline cup.
Okay.
Everybody needs.
Why will a cup be special anyway?
It's special.
It has alkaline.
It is turns water into alkaline.
Is fight combat cancer.
Yes, exactly. And improve the immune system. Yes.
So once you drink inside this cup, you're
good to go.
Yes.
Your worries are over.
Exactly.
No promise. Stop it. All right.
So also we have other products.
Okay.
Anybody that whatever your challenge, my hair challenge might be, like people that is suffering from ulcer, we have products for them.
So you have like supplement that can help.
That can help them. Yes, we have supplement that can help them manage it, as in take care of themselves. We have for BP. We have for low sperm counts, other products. We have them.
Did you say what did you say? You have for what?
Low sperm count.
Any man, did you hear that? So I just thought to mention because you're the only man in our midst. I want to be sure that you heard that part.
I can hear very well.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
We have the product that takes care of that local government. The women.
The Odogu headquarters.
Yes. We have product that can help them perform very well. On the women's side.
So that they shoot directly.
Exactly.
Not missing their targets.
I tell you.
God bless you.
Every man needs that. So have product for the women. To have beauty products. Yes, we have anti-aging.
So tell us, do you have any event coming up?
Yes, beta carotene. And also I have an event coming up tomorrow by 12.
Okay.
At Castro Restaurant.
Okay.
Inside Super Saver Supermarket.
Okay.
By Ago Last Bus Stop.
Ago Palace Way.
Yes, Ago Palace Way.
Okay.
Last bus stop.
Okay, so you may need to take that address again because not everyone could catch it up. So
Castro Restaurant. Inside Super Saver Supermarket at Ago Palace Way, last bus stop. So Okota.
Okay.
And I have my office at number 7 Canavi Drive, just at the back of Greenfield Estate.
Okay.
So that's
it. You have a visible place who can come and look for you.
can come and pick up.
In case any of these things that we're saying now, I buy it and it does not work for me, I come and catch you. Because
guarantee.
My guests are important to me, so I cannot afford to give them news that is not.
Of course.
Verified.
Our product works. This is my 3 years plus with this company, and this company have been on since 2008. It's owned by a medical doctor, a Chinese doctor, a surgeon. So yes, it's been working. This is my 3 years plus. So I have my physical office. Make them no fear. I beg you.
So give us the number to contact
so you. Can, for tomorrow event, there will be free medical checkup, head stock.
Yes. Stop it. It's not now that people cannot even do checkup anymore.
They need to. It's very, very important.
Because drugs are now expensive. I'm begging everyone around me don't to try to fall sick. Please, better secure this money.
And they need to check. You check and you know what you can take to help yourself.
So you're treating people for free tomorrow?
Checkup.
With your Jesus mind, you're saying this?
Yes, so we are
free
checking.
Of charge.
Checking. Yes, they can pick up
so
the
what
products.
Kind of checks are you doing? What checks will you be doing for them?
General body checkup with our quantum machine. Yes.
Oh wow!
You have a quantum machine,
and that can analyze your body.
Yes.
So there's a machine that you use to check the body, and then it will analyze the body.
Exactly.
Amazing for everyone who attends.
Yes.
Including my eye and nose.
Of course.
Are you kidding me?
So we have product for the eye. This is your eye. I'll take care of it.
Come and take care of me now. Come and take care of me. I'm all yours.
Yes, I love you so much.
Thank you.
So the number to reach me on this seminar is very, very unique. I'll have a promo on ground, Christmas promo. So if you register now, we have a discount with 80,000 naira. That's a minimum. If you join now, you'll be going home with product worth 100,000, and not just that, 3 liters of groundnut oil will be added to
until your chicken is assured.
Of course,
you can fry your Christmas chicken in peace.
Exactly. And if
for those that may not afford chicken, they can fry pomo.
Exactly.
Okay.
And if you also connect your friends to join Holland during this promo, you will go home with bags of rice.
So excuse me. So a guest came here yesterday and we're talking about this, and a lot of people complain that their major challenge is this: bring somebody to join and bring somebody to join. So is there a way you help people who come into the business to actually
sell their
introduce people
products.
and to sell their products.
Okay, this company is actually badging products on you. When you register, you pick up the product worth your money to use.
Okay,
Then
so
by the
you
time you
use it
use
by
it
yourself.
and you
And
observe
it
that
works
it's
for you.
good,
You're able to market
yes,
it.
be able to
You will
share
know
with
how to
others.
market it.
And if they order, you can now book from the company.
Okay.
They're not going to badge you with products.
Okay.
So when you use,
So not like they'll force you to take anyone.
Exactly.
So you have a right to choose.
choose
whatever
what they
works for
want,
you.
then use
Okay.
it. If it's okay, then share. Feel free to share. They will give you. If you join my team, I will give you the tips, the platform you can use to share, and people will get.
Okay,
in
so
touch
give us
with
the
you.
number to call you with
Okay,
again.
my
right away.
number is 070 37 40 5082 070 37 40 5082.
So what did you say the venue of this event is
number
again?
is, in case they didn't get this,
Okay.
070 82 44 5668 070 82 44 5668. The event is taking place tomorrow at Castro Restaurant inside Super Saver Supermarket at Agor Last Bus Stop. So by 12 noon, see you all.
And you say free medical care.
Yes.
I beg, if you not gain
And
anything
health
there,
stock.
try and go and take care of your health for
Yes.
free of charge. FOC. You don't want to know how much checkup is in the hospital, right? God, if you take, yeah, you understand how much.
Guess
it is.
what? There will
What is
be
it?
free products for those that come earlier. The first 20 people.
The first 20 people.
Yes.
I don't come now. Can I write my name in attendance
Of
list?
course.
Already right now.
I'll
So I'm
give them
number one. Now.
another
How
free
far?
products.
How far? Now that I'm early
But
to come.
I'll start by here. I'll start giving her the coffee.
What does the coffee do?
Oh, the coffee gives energy. You take
So it will give Mr. Adebayo energy to
of course
to move forward.
do the work in the inner room.
Hell!
In the
Are
other
you
room.
serious?
It improves the brain cells. So at the end of this show, you go home, just take it with hot water, and you sleep like a baby.
Wow. Stop it, I like it.
And energy in the other room.
Oh, Mr. Adebayo, Mr. Adebayo, you waka well. My people will say you waka well today. This your waka na waka well.
And these are toothpaste.
Yes.
Shine your teeth. Help to take care of toothache.
Oh wow.
So yes, you need this plate. Everybody needs it. Matt order. Eradicates.
So it dissolves organo near me too much when you talk.
Yes. Sir.
Oh wow.
Please take
Nice
care
one.
of it.
Nice one. So I've called your number again in case someone is joining in, so they will know how to contact you.
All right. 070
Okay.
37 40 50 82 070 37 40 5082. And I deliver all over the world. Wherever you are, I'm a stockist in Norland. So wherever you are, you can contact me. I have 3 offices, one in Lagos, Asaba and Owerri. Apart from these 3 offices, I deliver in and outside the country. So just contact me and be rest assured. Yes.
Okay.
You get the best.
All right. And you said the event is tomorrow noon.
Tomorrow noon by
okay.
12 noon.
Okay.
Super Saver. Apart from that, you can also visit my office at number 7 Canavi Drive, Phase 2. I got Palace Way.
All right, so in case you just missed that number that she called is 0708 is it 0708 now?
No, 0703
244 5668.
No, 0703.
That's what I'm saying. 0703
37 40 5082.
Okay, the first one was what?
070 37 40 5082.
And there's another
second
number.
one, yes, 070 82 44 5668.
That was the one I was trying to call.
Oh, sorry.
You don't like my voice in your number. All right, it's okay.
No, I want your voice, my love.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the gift. I love you more.
You're too much.
Don't make me cry. Stop it. I like it.
You're
All right,
you guys are too much. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for coming. Thank you. See you some other time. All right, Lagos, how's it on the show? And that, not on the show. We're still getting down to a step down conversation. So, Mr. Adebayo, on a step down conversation, let me read this plea, woes, a dilemma of a sister. She says, I was once a hookup girl. I hustled my way through school and was still paying my junior siblings' school fees till now. I still they pay family bills, but most of my families are almost done with school. That's what she said. She said most of my families are almost done with school, and then she says just 2 remaining cause my mommy's salary isn't enough and won't take me anywhere. So before I started hook up, I did a lot of manual jobs, but the money wasn't enough. I had to start hook up, but I was determined. I did it for 3 years until me and my sister graduated. I'm 27 now and I have a business. I'm running about 3 businesses. I own 2 cars, and by the grace of God, I'm getting a house in Lagos before January. Wow. I say before January next year. My family members are doing very okay. We now have a house in our hometown, Calabar, but I'm staying in Lagos. So that's just a bit about myself. I met my boyfriend when I was 25, and we've been dating for about almost a year now, right? And she says he's been all sweet and caring. He promised me last month. Okay. He's been all sweet and caring. He promised me last month, but the problem is that he proposed to me last month, I guess. But my problem is that the guilt has been killing me. I want to tell my boyfriend that I'm engaged, that I've engaged in such a life before, but I later stopped in case anything happens. I've stopped that life since I was 23. I'm just feeling ashamed of myself, and I've been 100% faithful to him throughout when we started dating, to be honest. But then I got hold of his phone last week and found out he's been cheating on me. Not just cheating on me, but with his brother's wife. Oops. And she has aborted twice for him. The brother doesn't know about anything about it. Turns out anytime he wants to back out, the wife keeps coming and begging him, saying she can't do without his I'm just confused. My life is in a mess right now. Should I confront him with it and tell him about what I saw too? Because all these things are making me go mad. Hey, Dr. Adebayo, let me hand over. It has to take someone with a doctorate degree to be able to respond to this.
But I'm curious. Are you ladies also agony aunt? Are you agony aunt? As in, do you also help people with things like this?
Sometimes not send messages.
Not all the time, but sometimes we have people share their life experiences with us if they're in such a dilemma, and then we get to help out.
That was rather touching. But then,
so what would you rather have her do?
Well, have passed. I think it's incumbent on her to let the guy know. Now that she even has
is her past, there is also the guy's secret,
and her past that he may also get to know if she takes his secret too serious. So do you now understand?
As a matter of fact, she has both the knife and the arm at her disposal. She has a past, yes. She can confront about it because the earlier she gets rid of this guilt, the better. But the guy too has not shown to be innocently. If they truly mean well for each other, they will have to sit. As a matter of fact, if I even have to excuse either of them, I'll go with the lady. Possibly circumstances don't know.
She mentioned it that her parents were not so.
But what the young man is involved in is that can scatter
with his brother's wife.
That can destroy family.
So do you think she should probably just sit him down like, guy, I've been wanting to tell you things. So she tells him his part first, and I said, excuse me, I'm not mad, I'm not angry. I'm not angry because I also have a past.
I read a book once, and
so they'll be even.
So, but what if he becomes defensive?
I read it once, and I was more than shocked that a man was caught cheating. The wife caught the man red-handed, and she didn't just catch him cheating. She caught him cheating with another man. So the woman just could not take it. She left the wedding. She left the marriage. As in
another man.
If it's a woman now, it's understandable. The Solomon in the Bible wrote part of scriptures, Ecclesiastes.
And David was a man after God's heart after killing,
So we all have our past. But for the lady, I think she's even on a safer side. I may not even tell this guy anymore. I will confront him with his worst atrocity.
Is that not hypocrisy on the lady's side?
Oh yes, but sometimes things are relative, as Albert Einstein puts it. Sometimes a rich man in Surulere is just a mere errand boy in maybe Lekki or Banana Island. She may have a past, yes, but if she confronts this guy, even if her own secret gets known by this guy, as in the guy will,
it's not comparable.
The guy will know that I'm sorry, I have to sound scriptural now. I remember when Paul was quoting one of the churches, the Corinthians, he said he's been hearing many things, but a man sleeping with his father's wife, and you are proud of such a man in your congregation. Paul would rather condone any form of sin than a man sleeping with his father's wife, and you are proud to celebrate that as a brother. In this case, I think the lady, what she should drown the consequence of whatever happened in the past. That's my honest opinion.
All right,
confront the guy.
Okay, all right, Lagos phone lines are open. Please jumping into this conversation. Let's take your thought and reaction on it. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. You can call the WhatsApp line 0700 903 903 9. ZK on YouTube says my advice to her is to tell him, but not to tell the full extent she was involved in the hookup work.
This person says,
just rub it on the surface.
This person says, Precious, shey they want me be that almost past matters. He gets why the past matters, because somehow the past comes back to haunt someone, so it's better.
Some things are better left unsaid. All right, Lagos State phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Golden from Mago.
Golden, you're welcome. Go ahead, let's hear you.
Wow.
Wow.
It's really big. This is a really big one.
Yes, I had to give you double wow while you do one.
well, I would just advise the lady, as it stands now, she's on the safer side. To me, she's safe. Because whatever she has done in the past, I guess when she met the guy, she said she stopped it. Isn't it?
She said she has never cheated on him. She's been 100% faithful to him.
To me, she's safe. Everybody got past, and as long as she has not been doing that ever she met the guy. But this man in question, having an affair with his brother's wife,
and she's had two abortions for him.
That one is very bad.
Okay.
This an unforgivable thing to me. It's an unforgivable
I mean,
thing
if the brother's wife would have the children or the child, it's still the family blood now.
So this brings us to
how sure are you that the children the man has in his house,
this brings us to DNA issues.
Might be father to one of those children the brother has in his house.
Exactly what
if you ask me. Thank you.
Please don't sing.
I'm not singing. Okay, thank you. So wow.
Just confront the guy. The guy is safe to me. She has no clue.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yusuf from Injegun says, honestly, I have no business with a retired hookupian. Now what?
Calm down, brother.
Once I remember that she has been eating many times, my BP goes high. I don't.
Were you not eating too? If you ever get to know.
Were you not? No, I don't know the kind of guy she's with, but men differ. He may accept it or not me. But
Dr. Debayo, I'm sorry.
I
have an opportunity to ask this question now. Why is it that? Why do men feel like it's okay for them to have like gazillion body counts, but it's an abomination for a woman to have met more than one man? I want to understand.
Did you hear James Brown once saying, "It's a man's world"?
It's a man's world.
Let me go back to my phone lines.
And you know that men are givers, women are receivers, so you can't compare both at all.
So that's why he feels the way he does. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, sweetheart. I'd love to hear a woman talk. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
What's your name and where you calling from?
I just put on my radio, so I don't really know what the situation is all about.
Okay, so this particular situation is a lady who was a former hookup girl. Situationship costed because her family were not really up, and doing, and then she had to do hookup to train both herself and her siblings. But she's repented now. Is doing well, has businesses, has cars and all that. But then again, she's engaged to a guy who she's been faithful to since they started dating, but she found out that the guy has been sleeping with his brother's wife, whom has had 2 abortions for him. So she's worried, should she confront him or should she leave? To do or not to do? Not Shakespeare anyway.
I will advise her to confront him, because it's going to, there's nothing hidden under the sun.
There is also a possibility of breaking a marriage. So he may want to consider that.
No. She has to, because the deed has been done, because one day the secret is going to be opened.
Even her own, right?
Sir?
Even her own as a former hookup girl too, right?
She's faithful.
But she also has a past. She also has a past. You should go ahead and talk about her past.
It's the guy's present. It's not even the guy's
Of
past.
course, there's no crime in that because the man in question met her what she was doing and changed her life.
He didn't know.
But the secret has to be between she and the man.
But he did not. But he didn't. He never knew she was a hookup girl.
He didn't have to know.
Okay, he never knew.
Yes.
Shut up, Basala.
Come back here. Don't go home. Come back here. We've not said grace now. Where are you running to? All right. Thank you so much for calling us, Dr. Dibaya.
But for real, with respect to her past, she doesn't owe the guy anything. You know what? As far as her relationship with the guy, she has maintained fidelity. She's been faithful. She does not.
But does she not owe him the truth?
Not a kind of
sincerity.
Not this kind of guy. A story broke not too long ago, somewhere in Osun State, whereby a married woman had 4 children. None of the kids belong to the man.
That one's small. There are ones with 5 children.
I think Nigeria has this notorious, reputation that a paternity case is a huge case in Nigeria.
We are top on the list. We are top on the list. We know that.
Of paternity fraud. Say the way it says, please.
Now you
paternity fraud.
But for real. When you compare both of them, this lady is.
Remember the story of that family that went to Canada and the man discovered that I think 3
out of 5 of the children, just kids. 1 was his. One. The 4 of them.
And they actually conducted a DNA here before going to Canada.
Yes.
And now you
know that Canadian embassy would give you a specific hospital to go to. How did she manage to manipulate the results in that place?
That the children that woman would give to the husband belong to the husband, and not this terrible guy. No, really.
Oh, Dr. Dibayo, now let's take our messages. Oh, you're spoiling the
very
juice
good evening to you, ladies. P Square and Doctor in the house. Wonderful step down tonight. Kester from K2. I think the girl should quit the relationship because he might continue doing what he is doing with the brother's wife.
Okay, and then this says, good evening, Double P and Doctor. Please, what is hookup for the layman? Thanks, Okosisi. Doctor Adebayo will explain. Okosisi from Surulere. What is hookup?
Hookup. I think that's just
quoting verbatim from the author.
You are just being euphemistic. She's a runs girl, or she was a runs girl.
Okay,
she was an agaracha.
You both spiced it up. All right, the last message very quickly. Let's take
even
one more
with
message.
her past, it doesn't matter. But the guy in question is committing abominable acts, and out of it, okay, K2. Kufri from Festa.
All sins are equal, but some sins are more equal than others. All right, Lagos, that's the size of our package. Just to make your part in short.
Wow, really? I heard about you guys. You know, when Shiva got to Solomon, said, I've heard about you, your glory, your splendor, but seeing you, you are more than what was described. I think I appreciate being in your presence, being in your midst. Really. That's why I showed you what I described earlier, and I'll tell the world, you ladies rock.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate having you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Even without giving you water. Did you realize you've been talking for 2 hours?
No, thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. My name is Precious in Lagos. Join us again on Monday evening, 7 p.m. hopefully on Monday evening, as we do just another round of conversation. Stay cool, protect your mental health, and rest. Sleep well. You can catch me across the social media platforms. On Instagram is Precious Enyi Official. Twitter is Precious_Enyi, and YouTube is Precious Enyi TV. Precious ENYI TV, and Facebook is Precious Enyi. See you on Monday, Lagos. Have an amazing
name is
weekend.
Promise Lagos, Zinifab on Instagram, Promise Enyi on Facebook and Twitter. Have an amazing evening, Lagos, and a weekend. Happy weekend.
Good night.